Welcome to the Central YouTube channel, everybody. I'm here today with another athlete interview. Today, we get the opportunity to meet with Katie Johnson from the girls tennis team. Katie is the #1 singles player on the girls tennis team. We don't get a chance to cover tennis very often on the YouTube channel just because it's difficult to find a spot to put our camera and get a good angle of everything that goes on. I did get a chance to watch you a little bit yesterday. You didn't know it, but I was walking to the football game and I stopped and watched a little bit of your match. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to talk about the season and get a chance to get to know Katie a little bit better. So, Katie, first of all, thanks for joining us today on the YouTube channel.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
For sure. So 10-9 is your record so far as the number one singles player for the RiverHawk tennis team. Tell us about your season so far. Tell us about how it's been going and what we have to look forward to.
The season has been going pretty well so far for me individually. Our team this year is not as strong as it has been years prior, so I think we only have one win as a team, in whole against Green Bay Preble. But we all are very close, and the wins don't really matter as a team. But so far the season is going well, and we've played 19 matches, and we still have more conference matches to go through September, and then finishing it off with the conference tournament at the end of September.
So you mentioned the team maybe not being as strong as last year. Are you young? Do you have a lot of young players stepping up to the varsity level now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, we lost 5 seniors last year that were pretty strong. So we were really lacking on numbers this year. So there was a lot of recruitment going on for freshmen and just any players like that are anybody that's willing to play tennis. So a lot of the players, I would say like 60% don't have any experience playing tennis prior to joining the team. So it's really just building and learning, which is totally okay.
And that's one of the great things about tennis, an opportunity for students who maybe don't have a sport that they play, a chance to learn a sport. And the nice thing about tennis too, is a lifelong activity, something they can do long after their competitive years are over, something you can just do for fun, find an open tennis court and go play. So it's awesome that the coaches provide that opportunity for people who maybe are beginning. You mentioned how close the team is as a senior now, hard to believe, first day of school here. So you're officially a senior now. As a senior, have you taken a leadership role? Are you trying to bring in some of those young kids under your wing and kind of show them what being a varsity athlete is all about?
Yes, for sure. A lot of them were pretty shy and timid, but I think the seniors, me and my friends have been able to open them up a little bit. And also the confidence that they gain after winning a match, whether that be against a really good team or a really bad team, like it is so awesome to see. Like I think our number 3 doubles team had one freshman and then one sophomore, and they won their first doubles match in Green Bay, and they were so happy and they gave each other a hug, and like it's so awesome to see that their confidence just goes up every single match. They get better, and they're also willing to get better, and they're having fun. It's not a sport where a lot of kids quit because they don't like it, they didn't make varsity. Like we give all the kids an opportunity, and they do really well, so it's awesome to see.
That's really great. So I want to talk about Katie Johnson, the individual now, 10-9 record on the year. Last night, a match against Aquinas, Danica Silcox at #1 singles. How did
Mhm.
that match go?
I didn't end the way that I wanted it to. She's a really strong player. I know her record is really good. She's always been a really strong singles player. Um, I started off pretty strong. I'm happy with the way I played overall. I knew I wasn't going to win the match probably. But I am really looking forward to playing her again if I get the opportunity, just because I can learn and build on what I already did. Um, but just being able to play a player like that makes you better, and also mentally makes me stronger. So I walked away from the match really happy with how I played, and that's how I wanted it to end. And I think she's going to have a really great season and probably make it to state for Aquinas.
And that's important. You have something to shoot for. A player that is good makes you have to play really well, and that's kind of what you hope for during your conference season. You mentioned Danica possibly going to state. You went to state last year. Was that in singles competition?
That was in #1 doubles.
#1 doubles. Tell us about the state tournament. How exciting was that? What was that experience like?
It is awesome. The environment there is very different than like a conference tournament here, like subsectionals. All the players there are amazing. And I actually got an opportunity to play the girl who placed fifth at state last year. I played her in Green Bay this season. Just so good. And just watching that, you're like, I want to be like her. So taking tips from her. And then just watching the doubles teams at state is so inspiring to see. And also the opportunity of me just getting to go there is so amazing. And I reached my goal of being able to make it. So, and I went with my doubles partner, Odessa Barrero. She graduated this past year. And then I also went my sophomore year to state with Kayla Holman too.
So
So,
you've had two opportunities to be playing at a state
yes.
competition. How exciting is that?
Yes.
Season outlook. What are you hoping to get out of the season? When the season is over, we'll know Katie Johnson had a good tennis season if blank.
If I make it to the final round in the conference tournament, it's
So
my
that's
goal.
make it to the final round in the conference tournament. How realistic is that? Do you think you have a pretty good chance to do that?
Yeah.
Maybe get a rematch with Danica?
Yes, that is what I'm looking forward to.
All right, maybe you can take her next time you play her too. All right, tell me about the best part of being a member of the Central tennis team. What's your favorite part about tennis? Is tennis your main sport? That's your number one
Yes.
sport? It is. What's so
Yes.
great about playing tennis? Tell me about it.
Everyone that plays tennis is so nice. And we're just a family, like me with my coaches, me with girls I just met this year. And everyone just comes together and there's no I don't know, like cliques. There's not like this popular group in the tennis or like these band kids. Like we're all together. And all those differences go away on a tennis team. And you see that on the boys' team too. And I just think that is so cool that all those differences can go away and you can just like be that close with someone. And I've been playing tennis my whole life and it is like that everywhere else. But I also just love how tennis is not only are you on a team, but it's also individual. Like this year my team is not strong, but I want to work on my individual growth as a singles player and also mentally because the mental part of tennis is so important. And that's what a lot of people don't see. They see you hitting good shots, but like I get really nervous. Like people don't see that. And you need to know how to deal with the nerves. You need to know how to deal with getting in your head in matches if you're not playing the way you want to play. Like that's all stuff you have to learn. And it takes time to be able to learn stuff like that. And for these players that are brand new, they're like, we were talking about goals for our match against Aquinas because they're a really strong team. And one of the players was like, I don't want to get in my head this match. Like that is a great goal and something to learn in a match that doesn't have to do with your physical ability.
I love the way you said that. Folks, I hope you're getting to see how awesome Katie Johnson is. Katie Johnson is in the Health Science Academy, so I get to work with her on a daily basis. And she's just a very, very special number one athlete, but also very special student and a lot of fun to work with. Katie, last thing I want to say to you, when is your next matchup? How can people come and watch? Are the events free? Can they just come out to the court and watch you play? How does all that work for somebody who maybe has never watched a tennis match before, but is interested in coming out and watching this number one singles player? Do they just show up?
Yes, you can just show up. It's free. Literally every single match is free. We're in our conference season right now. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we usually have a match, whether that be at home in Anna, Green Island. We'll have our subsectional tournament at the end of the month at Green Island, our MVC tournament at the end of the month at Green Island. So they are so easy to get to and you do not have to pay and you can just come and support. And they usually go on for about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So you can come and go.
There
Yeah.
you go, fans. Free event. Come and watch Katie Johnson at number one singles and the rest of her team. Katie, tell Katie that Nami sent you. Go give her a high five after her match. She'll be happy to see you. Katie, I want to wish you luck the rest of the season. I know that you're individually going to have a very good season. Hopefully your team, as young as they are, you can be that big old senior leader for them and help them to improve as the season goes on. Your coaches are very lucky to have a senior leader like you. And your other seniors as well. So thank you, Katie, for joining us today. We got to cut this interview a little bit short because Katie has to get to class. She has a 4th-hour class, and I can't be taking them out of class to do interviews. So we got to kind of time these out. So Katie's very excited about her first day of school, I'm sure, and excited to get to her first non-HSA class of the year. So Katie, thanks for joining us. Everybody else, thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us on the Central YouTube channel. Katie, good luck the rest of the season. Have fun playing that tennis.
Thank you.